What are you doing? The other rod's going in.
That's cool. 42-inch disgorger. Right, let's sort Shaun out because he's unprepared and got no bait floss. He's lost his head so well, he's changed his rig up, so now he needs bait floss. Oh, I'm back on the Ronnies like everyone else. Here you go, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, nice one.
What?
The PVA, you know?
Oh, that would have been golden. I'm not that switched on. Damn it!
Oh, that'd have been brilliant, Bance, that. I'd be like, why are my pop-ups on the surface?
Lovely. There's slightly deeper water out that way, well, I want to put one out that way at least. So what I didn't mention is that first one went out on a orange Fruitalicious 12mm pop-up, and this one's going out on a yellow PB wafter, same rig, so nice and versatile. Little mesh bag of some of the cray mix, and seen a few bubblers down to sort of fairly close in, down to my left, so I'm going to flip one down there for now. Yeah, nice and deep in these margins, the water level is right up, so yeah, plenty of water in the pond, that's for certain. 2 rods, fishing. Here we have a version of a man multitasking, trying to get his fishing rods out while he entertains how his child slept. Fine form, well done, sir. They brought some other stuff in, didn't they? From that, yeah, from that lake up top.
Yeah, right.
You remember when they had to desilt it out there?
Yeah. Can you film on the GoPro?
Yeah.
The other rod's going in.
Double hookup. Oh, there you go.
That was right, wasn't it?
There you go.
What are you going to play?
It's your fish. Although we were alternating bites actually.
There you go, yeah. I wouldn't even try to take it off you then, mate.
No, I'd forgotten, so I'll have the next 2. I love how I got 2 liners. Well, I probably got done in one rod in reality.
Well, that literally has been out there like, what, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
And it's just gone ripping off.
Yeah.
Good old Ronnie's.
Good old Ronnie's, look at him.
Back on the game.
Oh. I'm all about the D, I'm all about, well, you've always been about the D,
Yeah,
but I'm
you're about the D,
always been about the D rig.
Yeah, slip D's. It's a slip D.
No, it's a Ronnie, mate. It's a slip D Ronnie.
Slip D Ronnie, yeah. It's the new rig, mate. It's the new rig. Yes, it's definitely bigger than that one.
Yeah. Shall I?
Well, good net doing yours.
Yeah. Don't want to get mine wet now. Let me let this one out and you can play it again? Or?
What are you doing? Where's it going? I can't see.
It's caught on a net.
Just unhook it with a net, mate.
42-inch disclosure.
Yeah.
You ain't done this for a while, so I thought I might as well let you have a bit of fun.
Go on then. Last time we were there.
Nah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, right, yeah. We weren't here, that's one.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oosh. Another couple of estate lake carp. Yeah. Right then, well, we were just getting ready to do the photos of Shaun's 2 fish. And the left-hander in the margin has gone racing off. Well, I say racing off, pulled up tight. Looked out and quite clearly the line was going in completely different angles. So, yeah. Happy days. Let's get the net in position. There's a load of trees and foliage in the margin, so I've got to be a little bit careful. Oh, that's quite a nice one. That's quite a nice one. Get in there. Get in there. Gosh. Happy days. Back to what we were trying to do. Welcome to another video. We are back out on the bank. We are back up the estate lake. And it's got off to a bit of a good start, really. We're not used to this, are we, mate? But yeah,
I know.
I think Shaun was fishing for no more than 3.5 minutes with both rods in the water. He was playing one, and the other one's gone tanking off. So yeah, double take, happy days. And
Nice
while we're
start,
just about to do the photos for this, I've had a take as well. So
they're pretty lively. Let's get them back now and get yours out and have a look.
Come on then. Mine's much nicer.
Yeah, right.
Might be a bream on that one. It's done that a few times. Right then, well there's that mid-double mirror that I've brought to the party. Shaun didn't believe me that it was bigger than either of his. Well, I definitely think we'll all agree that that is a lovely, lovely carp. So, get some photos, slip it back, get the rods back out, see if we can have a few more. What a start. Right then, just reeled this rod that was a bit further out, reeled it in because I've had loads of liners. Just going to flick it in a bit closer. Might be a little bit too close that, but we'll see. Put that left-hander back down that margin. Unfortunately, the GoPro decided to turn off, as it often does, while I was doing so. But both rods be back out.
Right, what a nice result that is then. 3 fish already on what is a day session in the winter. Definitely got the location right there, haven't we, mate?
Yeah, most definitely. And that's what we want to talk to you a bit about now. So we could tell there's going to be a few people on from the cars in the car park. Now we've come up onto the lake, and the first swim we've come into, thankfully we've seen a little bit of bubbling in a swim just down one from it. And then actually a fish has properly nutted itself out. Absolute giveaway. And yeah, Shaun's obviously quickly dropped his kit in that swim. So yeah, location is absolutely key at this time of year. We've watched the water for a little bit longer to make sure we're not missing anything else, and then we're quite happy to settle into those swims. So the rain is just starting to come down. Shaun was going to talk you through the tactics we were going to go through, but I'm getting wet, mate.
Yeah.
So I think we'll set the camera up and the brollies up.
Let's get into the brollies.
Yeah, get on with it before, wow, okay, yeah. Let's get on with that.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Before the brollies go.
So the rain has arrived, and we're under the brollies. I think we're going to be pretty brolly bound for the rest of the afternoon. Unfortunately, it's due to be really heavy rain. But I thought, while I'm here and sort of waiting for something to happen again, I'll talk to you a bit about the tactics and the approach that we're using on this session. Now, obviously, when we've got here, we've obviously seen some fish. We've seen some fish feeding, sort of fizzing up in the margin. Seen a couple of fish head and shoulder, which has obviously given us the location, which, as always, is key. And in that situation, we obviously don't want to sort of go chucking anything too sort of cumbersome on top of them, you know, like a big solid bag. We don't really want to put too much bait in. The fish are obviously happy, they're feeding, and there's a chance of getting a quick bite. So what we've done is we've pretty much just fished like a single hook bait tactic. Hugh's using his versatile rig, which he's been doing well on the past few years. I'd actually decided to use a Slip D Ronnie, which is something I've been playing around with lately, and we've both just nicked a little mesh bag of the DNA Maxi Cray Mix, which is very pungent and sort of really helps pull those fish down onto the hook baits. Now, hook baits have been sort of bright hook baits or sort of slightly washed out hook baits, and the reason for that is it's quite murky, the clarity's sort of not great, so it just gives the fish a little bit more to sort of lock on and hopefully sort of find in the dirtier water. But it's done the job. We've had a couple of fish already, so happy days. But I'm hoping as the sort of afternoon comes, we'll get a few more fish, and yeah, we'll have a few more fish to show you for the camera. So we'll see how the session goes. Let's hope we can have a few more.
Right then, well, apologies for another brolly update, but with this much rain, there is very, very little we can do about it other than slurp brews. So, we've got about an hour and a half or so left of the session. We've got to be off by 4 o'clock, so unfortunately, no hours of darkness in this session. But yeah, very, very little has happened this afternoon. We haven't seen any signs of fish. We've been dotting rods around, trying to make something happen, but yeah, it just seems to have died off. Either it was a very short sort of feeding window, and luckily we maximised on it, or potentially this rain has just shut them off. And yeah, a bit more cold water going in is probably not what we need right now. So, fingers crossed we can make something happen in the last hour and a half before we've got to be off. So yeah, fingers crossed, finish a brew. Let's go.
So I'm just walking down into this corner because I've been watching the water from my swim, and I think I've seen a fish show. So I thought I'd come down into this swim just to get a better angle and just see if it was a fish or not. I've got to have the camera under the brolly because the rain's so bad, but I've got my waterproofs on, so I'm staying dry. It isn't very comfortable fishing, but fish live in water. Don't know, does the rain really bother them? I don't know, but I think it's probably made the water a little bit colder, which probably hasn't helped, but it definitely feels carpy today. But yeah, I think I've seen a little bit of a show, so I've just come down here just to get a little bit of a different angle on it and see if anything else sticks its head out. So I've got my waterproofs on, I've got my coffee, and I'm literally just going to stand here for a bit and just see if anything gives itself away, and hopefully if it does, I can get a rod down here on it and see if I can get a bite. Right, so I'm not sure if it was a show, if I'm honest, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring a rod in and just flick a single down that way, just for half hour or so. Obviously the bites we've had have come really quick, so I'm going to just flick a rod down there and just see if it does go. So it's a little bit of a tricky cast because you've actually got a quite deceptive overhanging tree line over there. So I'm not going to go too risky, but the fish I think I saw was sort of along that sort of top section of the bank. So I'm going to sort of go along there, hopefully. There we go. Oh, perfect. Let's just stick a rod up along there and see if that produces anything.
Right there, well I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see me, but similar to Shaun, I've been sort of standing out trying to watch the water a little bit, and before the rain came in, the only other place I'd seen any fish was right over on the far corner. There's a bit of a bay. Now I'm not sure, it's hard to say from here, especially with this much sort of disturbance on the water, but I may have seen some sort of disturbance over there not very long ago, so I'm going to chuck a single, no mesh bag on it this time, over in that direction, just in the hope that maybe if there's something sitting over there we can snarl its interest. Right, let's have a little go. Nah, a bit further than that. Nearly took the seagull out. Come on, God blimey. It's maybe a bit further than I thought it was. So thankfully the chap that was fishing opposite, he's gone now, so yeah, I wouldn't have been able to have done this before. But right, let's have another go. That's the one. Nice. See if that produces anything. And fish a real tight line to that one. Obviously I probably expect to drop back if anything, because it's sort of towards that bay. And I ain't got that much sort of room to go behind it, so it's more likely to come towards me. So that's that one out there. See if that can produce a fish. Right then, well, just like the past 3 videos, you join us at the end of the session at the back of the van. It is still raining cats and dogs, mate. I don't know about you, but I am absolutely soaked.
Yeah.
But, yeah, been a good little winter session, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice start. Obviously had those fish early on, sort of get us going for the session, but unfortunately that hasn't materialised this afternoon, has it? It's been a very sort of bleak afternoon with no fish.
Yeah, absolutely. It's either a tiny little feeding window, which thankfully we made the most of, or the rain's just switched them off and that extra cold water just hadn't done the one. But either way, mate, we've put 3 on the bank, and yeah, looking around the lake, that's not a bad effort, so happy days, isn't it? Yeah,
so I think we said in the last video it'd be our last session of 2022, but we managed to get out for one extra one to finish off the year, so it was nice to actually finish with some fish, mate.
Absolutely, yeah. So I guess hopefully you've all had a nice Christmas. We definitely did. Happy New Year, and I guess we'll see you in 2023, definitely this time. And yeah, bag a chunk if you're out over New Year.
Go out there and be lucky.